Yeah, not yet. Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. It's cool. We good, bro. What's going on, everyone? And welcome to another edition of 27 Outs Live. It's been a while, man. It's been quite a few days, but of course, I am Ivan. And as always, I'm alongside Stefan. We are here to finally be able to discuss some meaningful baseball, folks. And I know meaningful baseball really means a lot more when it comes to October, but we still have a whole lot of time left until we get to meaningful baseball, at least getting to that extent when it comes to being truly meaningful, right? But of course, as you guys could see by the title of tonight's live show, we're going to recap the Tokyo series between the Dodgers and the Cubs.
Mhm.
And last but not least, for those of you who have been paying attention, we're going to finish up, what we've been doing over the past month or so. And that includes the National League Central being the last division that we are going to preview, all the teams involved. And then, of course, give you guys our take in terms of who we think is going to win the division by the end of the year. Speaking of the Tokyo series recap, Stefan, I must tell you, man, I told you a little bit, but now that we're here live, I think it only makes more sense for me to I don't want to really make it seem like I'm throwing any shade towards Mookie Betts because I'm not at all. People take things and they run with it. So I want to start off by saying that. But boy, I thought I was gonna have to be out today like Mookie Betts, man. The stomach has been doing this thing for a couple of days now. I thought it was gonna be something that was gonna be gone quicker, but I'm feeling better. Thankfully, I didn't have to miss out on today's show because it's already been a few days, as I mentioned, right? But I'm feeling better, good enough to be able to do what we usually do, and that's rock the mics. But go ahead,
Mhm.
take it away, Stefan.
I'm good, bro. My shoulders a little fucked up tonight, and so I'm feeling a little aggy. You know what I mean? If it's not one thing, man, it's another. You got stomach issues. I got shoulder issues. Getting older is a motherfucker, boy. Getting
Dude,
older is
I feel like I had a streak going for myself of like over a month plus of no BS, no health issues, no getting sick, no this, no that. And
your
then what's
body
today?
said,
Wednesday,
"I."
right?
Your body said, "I fuck that streak."
I woke up because I think today makes like 3 days of having that feeling now. And I woke up 3 days ago and I was like, damn, what's going on? I'm gonna be all right, man. Another day goes by, another day goes by, and here we are tonight.
Was it
But
like you pulled something in your stomach, or you
nah,
just
man. So I stayed away from the gym this week for that reason. So there's no pain at all. It's just strictly discomfort, when your stomach is turning and things like that. But no sharp pains, nothing that's like
ah?
forcing me to lean over. No.
So
Thankfully.
basically, you just been you've been tooting it away out here.
I mean, listen, man, it is what it is, right? However,
Yo, it's and
whatever I gotta do to feel better.
you know what I got. You know what I'm gonna tell you. I noticed that when we get older, man, your stomach becomes way more sensitive to like certain foods, certain things you drink or eat, or even like certain pills you take for like medicate. It's yeah, the body is a funny thing, man.
Yeah.
That's why I marvel at these athletes going from city to city to city to city, eating whatever the fuck they want. If I
Hmm.
eat the wrong shit, I'm on the toilet for the next 5 years.
Right.
Don't even come to my room. I'm not playing the game today. Huck that. I need
But the
time.
good thing, the good thing about them today is they got everything tailor made, bro. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
food is ready right after like the final out of a game.
Yeah, no.
Not, I would say even between games, I wouldn't be surprised just in case somebody wants to go into
Snack
the
on
clubhouse real
something.
quick and grab a quick
Yeah.
bite.
Snack on something. All right, yo, what you got, fam?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, I will tell you this. Can I be that guy on the show that stirs up the controversy and doesn't give a fuck how people feel about it? Because I'm gonna be that guy.
Well, yes, but I also want to say that I have no clue where you're going with this. So I'm right along with everybody else.
This Tokyo series bullshit. This foreign series bullshit. This we gotta get baseball all over the world bullshit is bullshit.
Really? So I disagree with the last point, but everything else, I get your point. Yeah.
Listen, it's
Because I like the
bullshit.
fact that they take the game all over the world
I
now.
don't.
Now, what I would tell you is I'm not the biggest fan of the start time.
No, no, no. So We can fight about this because I'm ready to fight. I want to
Right.
argue today. I'm going to tell you what it is. Your position is going to be different than mine, but good. I'll spend the first 25 minutes arguing with you. I don't care.
I think if I had to take a guess before we get into, well, you really, but I have a feeling, is it going to relate to the United States in any way and them having to do a better job here?
Yes.
Okay, I knew it. I just wanted to throw that out there.
You got the A's and Rays playing in minor league stadiums, but let's start games at 6 o'clock in the morning in Japan. That makes sense. Sure. That makes sense. And honestly, listen, I get it. You have Ohtani, you have Yamamoto, you have Sasaki, you have a base that allows you to do these things. So I'm not upset if this is the reason why you're doing it this way. My only argument would be what happens to the teams in the States that are playing in minor league ballparks. And I'm sorry, for a sport that says, oh, we're not getting great ratings, we're struggling to draw people to the game, we're struggling to draw crowds, we're struggling to get the younger demographic involved. My question is, how does playing in Tokyo, Japan, a week before the season starts, getting up, forget about New York time. Forget about New York time. You have to get up at 3 a.m. LA time and 5 a.m. Chicago time to watch these games.
It's bad all around, yeah.
How is this good for the game? You already got Japan. Japan's one of the staples of the game. You don't need to go back there anymore. You got it. You got it. You don't have to go back there anymore. You got it. You got to focus on what's happening here. Because I'm sorry, we are the lifeblood of the game. Mm-hmm. If this continues to flounder, what do you think? People going to get up at 6 a.m. to watch the Japanese league? No, they ain't.
I told you what I did. I missed today's game completely. And when I say I missed it in terms of watching it live. Like I caught up and I know what happened. But I told you what happened yesterday. I didn't set no alarm, no nothing. I just woke up out of nowhere at like 7:30, 7:45, and I was able to catch game one in like the 7th inning.
I didn't watch any of this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you why. And it's not because I felt like protesting, I was angry, or I'm like, fuck this, because I don't love baseball. Because I do. My argument, simply put, is, yo, listen. I'm not getting up at 6 to watch what me feels like exhibition games. That's why I disagree with you off the rip tonight. I'm going to be on, meaningful baseball. What the fuck was so meaningful about those two games? Because they counted in the schedule?
That's the only thing. Yeah. Listen, I would not say anything else in regards to it being meaningful. Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, we can quantify the different connotations of meaningful. Mm-hmm. Because, I'm not crapping on the Tokyo series. If you want to watch it, good for you. You're brave. There was no way that my happy ass was getting up at 6 in the morning to watch the Dodgers win both these games with relative ease.
And not just that, but they won both games without having, and this is no surprise, both Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman.
They won those games with relative ease, and 2 MVPs was sitting on their ass. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Call me on March 27th when the real shit starts. I'm sorry. I said the same thing about the Soul series last year. I'm going to continue to say it. I don't care. Listen, you got the money already coming from Japan. You got the Yamamotos. You got the Ohtanis. You got the Sasakis. You good. We don't need to keep going back there. They're good. They're solidified. You know you got them. Whatever happens, you got them. You got to worry about what's happening here. You know where you should put a game? Put a game in DR. Put a game in PR.
I would like that. Yeah, for sure.
Listen, the London games, they got to go too. I don't want no more games in London.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't remember the year to be exact, but I kind of feel like Major League Baseball, was it over the past couple of years they held a game in Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think they were exhibition games.
It was something, right?
Yeah. I think, matter of fact, it was DR.
DR was
the Red Sox won. It was two exhibition games.
Right.
And then the Yankees played a set last year in Mexico City. Mm-hmm. I remember that being a thing too. I'm not saying that we can't expand the game. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's good when you allow different demographics to be a part of the game. I just think, listen, it's a crime that I got to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch Shohei Ohtani. And think about this. If you're a Dodger fan, okay, forget about us being from New York and us getting up at 6 a.m. If you're a Dodger fan, you have to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch these games.
Which I think is worse for them than what we have. 6 a.m.
You know? Crazy, bro.
Because at least 6 a.m. And not to say this is for everyone, but a lot of people are probably already up and already getting
moving, coffee, work, right? Shower. Yeah, right.
If you're a Dodgers fan, as you just mentioned, we're talking 3 a.m.
That's 3 a.m., bro.
You're like a few hours into your sleep. You're snoring. So I understand.
Yo, dog, you passed out. You and your dreams are having relations right now. You're trying to figure out.
Don't get me wrong. I as just a baseball fan was looking forward to, the regular season starting, even though this for me isn't really 2 games that I view as it counting towards the regular season.
It shouldn't.
But they say that it is. You're right. It shouldn't. Because for me, opening day is opening day for everybody else.
I will tell you this. Here's the thing that got me frustrated. The thing that got me frustrated is I want to see Shohei Ohtani's first at bat of the season. I'm selfish. I don't care about what happens overseas. That motherfucker is too important to this sport for him to be playing games at 3 a.m. when nobody's watching. He's too important. I wanted to see Sasaki pitch. I wanted to see him pitch live. And I'm sorry, the Cubs and Dodgers don't do it for me.
Right. True.
If you said Dodgers Mets to start the season, I'd have got up at 6 a.m.
That's another great point, right? Because even if we were to put aside what we've been talking about over the past couple minutes, those 2 teams, and this is not a knock on the Cubs or the Dodgers,
right?
But I don't really think too many people are getting that excited to see those 2 teams start the season.
And that's what it felt like to me. It felt like, yo, we're just here, just watching these 2. You know what it felt like? All right. I'm sorry, we're gonna get into it tonight. I don't know how I'm prepared to spill the beans on some things. All right, I'm prepared. I came ready. All right. One, you had 3 different networks broadcasting this game. Fox for the national broadcast,
right?
The Dodgers had LA Sportsnet, and you had Marquee for the Cubs. So all 3 broadcast affiliates were represented in Japan. Cool, got it, understood it, fine. Why do you even have Fox there? At that point, put the game, let them choose. You can either have the Cub feed or you can have the Dodger feed. There's no reason for Fox to be over there when you're giving the local teams their own feed. Like, for me, that just makes no sense. Right? And the other thing that I'll point out, I'm sorry, like, the Dodgers look like, all right, we sleptwalked through the first game yesterday. And we still won. Like, they sleptwalked through it. Ohtani hit the big double. Got it. It was exciting. But, like, come on. Like, and I'm sorry, like, it almost felt like I'm watching a game just because the game was on the TV, and I'm watching highlights just because they were available. I had no type of excitement knowing, yo, these are 2 games that happening live right now. Like, my full intention last night, the night before last, I went to bed at 10 a.m. I set the alarm. All right, I'm getting up at 6, blah, 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 right? It's going to be cool. The alarm went off. I said, fam, that shit's at 6 a.m. I looked at my phone. It looked back at me. I rolled right over and went right back to sleep.
I don't blame you.
Because in my head, I'm like, the Cubs don't do it for me. I like Kyle Tucker. He's a nice player. Shohei Managa, great pitcher. But it don't do it for me. I'm not excited to see the Dodgers play the Cubs in a series where I get it. A lot of Japanese representation. You had Imanaga for the Cubs. You had who's the other Japanese player?
I think
Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah, the
Seiya
outfielder.
Suzuki with the Cubs. So you had some people represented, right? And then of course, you have Otani, you have Yamamoto, you have Sasaki.
And I'm sure that's a big moment for all of the guys you just named, especially coming from that country and being able to return the favor.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm not downplaying it. My only issue is give me something juicier than that. Give me Mets Dodgers. Give me Padres Dodgers.
Right, yeah.
Give me Diamondbacks Dodgers.
Yes, I agree.
Right? If you're gonna, but then again, I understand those big teams. Like, wait, what time we starting? 6 a.m. New York time. No. I ain't doing that. I could see why baseball's like, yo, Cubs, you get the short straw, my boy. One of you NL Central teams is gonna have to bear the brunt of this. Because we ain't putting no marquee teams on there. Hell no. Right?
But if you really want to make the Tokyo series, other than just returning the favor, knowing that Japan is showing baseball a whole lot of love nowadays.
Nah, PCA.
Don't you want to be able to make it bigger than what it is? You want to be able to put another team alongside the Dodgers that is really going to make you look at that matchup and say,
I gotta get up and
going at it. Who's going at it game one? Who's going at it game two? Because those are the things that I pay attention to as a baseball fan. Like I still like pitchers duels. It's not really too common nowadays, but
yeah, me too.
But when you, as you mentioned, if it would have been the Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Mets, I would have been happier with the Phillies, the Braves as well being over there rather than the Cubs.
Right. Yep.
And I'm sorry, Chicago Cubs fans, but I'm just being realistic.
Yeah. Listen, because I knew the Cubs didn't have a shot to win either one of these games. That's the other thing.
That's with being improved.
Right. I looked at the Dodgers. I was like, yo, niggas is throwing out their JV and y'all about to win this series with no problem.
Yeah,
bro.
Man. This was like the Dodgers B team. The A team is out clearly, and then the B team is still able to do whatever the hell they want.
This is even parts of the C team. I saw Miguel Rojas at shortstop. I was like, wait, hold up, bro. Wait. They pulled a shortstop from like 30 years ago, dog. Hold up.
Right. Yo, by the way, speaking of the Dodgers and Dodgers fans and everything else related to the Dodgers, quick shout out to Dodgers fans on the TikTok.
Yeah, they going in. Appreciate
you guys showed a lot of love.
Appreciate
With that being said, actually, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. All three are at 27nows3c. And of course, for those of you who are watching right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new here.
By the way, I got big boy goals tonight. There's 3 of y'all watching. If we can get up to 10 to 15 in here and we gain at least 3 more subscribers tonight, I don't know. I might have a little special story for y'all, some behind the scenes ish that I heard this morning, but I'm not sharing it unless we get these numbers up. So run them numbers up, man.
Get in here while you can.
Word. All in all, I thought it was decently played ball. I wasn't too crazy, but I will tell you, I thought Hideki Matsui was the Michael Jordan of Japan. Nah. He's more like the Magic Johnson to Shohei Jordan.
Right.
Shohei Jordan. This dude is literally walking on cloud 1,000. He is, and then the double he hit. The flair for the dramatic, the home run today. I'm like, hey, this guy gets it. He just gets it. I'm gonna put it on the star for the country. I'm outside. Y'all know what I am. Y'all know what I do. You know who I am. Shohei is that dude. He's that dude. And I'm not afraid to say it. If he pitches and he comes back and pitches even 75% of what he was, he might be the greatest baseball player we've ever seen in our lifetime.
Well, I've already actually said that myself. What are we in now? 2025?
That's
crazy. I think it was, I want to say after like the 2023 season around there. It's been for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years now.
This guy might be the best pitcher we've ever seen.
Yeah.
in
I've
the
been
history
saying
of the
it.
game. Yeah,
Honestly, for me, I don't have to see anything else because at this
me neither.
point, he's done enough, right? He's been in the league now for a decent amount of time, I would
Long
say.
time, yeah, long time.
But at the same time, especially after what he just did last season in 2024 with the 50-50 season,
Yo, bro,
I can only imagine what else he has up his sleeve,
the
honestly.
dude is listen. And I hate the super team in sports. I think the super team ruins sports. But what that dude does on an everyday basis, every time he gets on the field, he might be the most special ball player I've ever seen. And we've seen some special ones. You talking about Griffey, you talking about some dudes now. You know, the Mannies, the Big Poppies, the even Mookies, the Freddies, you know what I mean?
I think there's a few players who play in Major League
The
Baseball
dude
now
he's
who I think
freaking.
deserve to be in that conversation when they retire.
The dude is different. And the reason why what sets him apart is for him, it's not just going out there and playing baseball. For him, it's setting a new standard how the game is even going to be played. Yo, I don't pitch, but guess what? You're going to get a 50 home run, 50 stolen base season from me. And that's only I don't pitch. On the years I do pitch, I might give you a sub-3 ERA, hit 45 home runs, driving 120 runs, and still hit 320.
With 200 Ks.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And again, I say, you want to put this on at 6 a.m? If I'm a Dodger fan, I am heated right now that the first 2 meaningful games of my season I had to miss because they were on at 3 a.m. And people say, oh, but we'll get ratings later when people wake up. DVR. I'm not DVRing a game and I already know what happened.
Right. Yeah. It's funny you say that because I was thinking about it earlier today as I was thinking about, what we're going to get into tonight and all that stuff. I said, damn, I know a lot of people watch games after, and there's nothing wrong with that. I respect it because I've had my moments when I've done that as well. But at the same time, there's something about that feeling of being able to watch it live, right?
When
being able to watch it when
everybody's
it happens,
watching it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing that I often question or I often find myself asking is, this is why baseball does a piss poor job of getting people to come in and watch their product. They do a piss poor job because I'm sorry, there is no way, as people are texting me about the game today, matter of fact, there's no way that is good for the sport. It's not good for the sport. A sport that struggles to get ratings, that struggles to attract the younger demographic to your sport, this is a bad move. This is a bad move. If you want to put the Dodgers in Japan, I got news for you. All right, you can put them in Japan. You know when you do it? Do it the week before the All-Star break. So they have time off so they can recuperate. Where their last series of the year, the last series before the break, they do it in Japan. So you have a full week to recover. You take 2 teams. You tell them, yo, you're going to play this series anywhere between July 9th through the 12th, and the rest of the week you have off. And people will say, well, what if Shohei makes the All-Star game? And what if this one? Listen, when they pitch in regular season games for their home teams anyway, and they're in the States, they don't pitch in the game. Some don't even play in the game because some are dealing with injuries, some are dealing with other things, some have family vacations, some don't want to play, right? So that's when you do it. Do it during the middle of the season. If you're that desperate to get games played in Japan, don't sacrifice opening day. Don't do that. And people are like, but the Tokyo Dome is already being used because they have their season the same time we have ours, and I don't think it would be necessarily fair, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Fix this. Because here's the thing. You should not have premium talent where the whole world doesn't know that they're playing. Outside of the avid baseball fan who loves the game, ask how many casual people knew that there were games yesterday morning and today.
Right, especially at 6 a.m. Right, that's a good point.
Forget about the 6 a.m. part. 3 a.m. in Los Angeles, 5 a.m. in Chicago.
Right.
Ask them if they knew there was games being played. Unless you are a diehard Chicago Cub fan, unless you're a diehard LA Dodger fan, the casual viewer doesn't know that this game's being played. And isn't that what baseball is trying to attract, is the casual viewer? What do you think?
They're trying to attract them in their sleep, man. They try to get them to sleepwalk.
That's crazy.
Try to get them to sleepwalk to the TVs and turn that thing off.
I mean, you gotta have to at this point.
Oh,
but
man.
what? And then the other, I took away two things from this. The Cubs didn't belong on that field. Like the Cubs were just, they were like the roadkill on the middle of the road. They know they're about to get run over, but they can't move.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you don't even deserve to be on this field, bro. Like, come on. Like, Imanaga is a nice pitcher, but like once we get to that bullpen, it's a wrap. Ball game. All right.
I know. Kyle Tucker's probably feeling like, damn, I just left the Astros for this. I'm out of here for sure after this season.
Well, it wasn't his fault. He got traded there.
Of course.
So it's not. He's really just trying to make the best of it. But
comparing one scenario to another, it's completely different. Like obviously the Astros aren't what they once were. But they're still relevant,
And I like Pete Crow Armstrong. I like him. I think he's a hell of a player. I like Seiya Suzuki. Hell of a player. I think Dansby is solid. Dansby Swanson, the shortstop. Like him. Like what's the other dude? Ian Happ. Like him. Hell of a player. Don't love the team. When I look at that team, I'm like, yo, think about the game today, right? The game today, they had the bases loaded in the third. Sasaki had 5 walks in this game.
Right, yes, he did.
The Cubs left the third inning with the bases loaded. If you want to make this game entertaining, you score at least 2 runs. Make the Dodgers feel like, oh, we in for a fight, man. You score no runs with the bases loaded? You get nothing? You get one. I think they got 1 run out of it. That's it? That's all you get? Come on, bro. You knew somebody was going to pop one, and then Tommy Edwin hits one out. Kike hit a ball that's still flying. I think they just found it in the back row somewhere. And then, Shohei hits a absolute scud rocket-launched missile that a fan reached over and grabbed, by the way. But you ain't throwing that fan out because, home team, literally. We're not throwing that fan out. What are we doing here, bro? You feel what I'm saying? You get where I'm going? Like, well, what are we really doing?
Yeah, for sure. I certainly am. I'm this. So today and yesterday wasn't enough for my baseball appetite, or at least I should say it wasn't enough to hold me down until the true opening day, if that makes sense.
I agree.
Like I would have at least listened. I think for both games, especially for it to be games 1 and 2 of the regular season, to be crazy is asking for too much. But damn, could we at least gotten one game where it was neck and neck and went down to the wire and then something close, not close, but crazy, I should say, rather happened? Neither of that took place, So I'm kind of like a little let down. But on the bright side, we are less than a week away from the official opening day, folks. So that means whoever you're a fan of.
That took a while to get out.
Yeah, whoever you're a fan of, whoever I'm a fan of, we're all going to be able to sit back, kick our feet up, and actually enjoy some of that.
For sure. Here's an interesting sidebar. Who is this event sponsored by? Did you catch that?
Nah, man, I didn't really pay close attention to that stuff.
This event was sponsored by Guggenheim.
Oh, really?
Who owns the Dodgers?
Right. The
Guggenheim Corp.
Mm-hmm.
The event was sponsored by Guggenheim.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Conflict of interest much?
Right.
Just a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Also, so if you guys get a chance, I'm not plugging. The Athletic doesn't pay us, But there's a fascinating story by Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic that, you have to read this story, bro. I'm going to even give you my info off the air. Ivan, you have to go back and read this story, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I read this story and I was floored. Basically, it details how the Dodgers ended up with Sasaki and how his agent wasn't even involved. It was a marketing company from Japan that basically basically took over the contract negotiations with the Dodgers to get Sasaki to go pitch for them. Joe Wolf had nothing to do with these negotiations. He wasn't running them, basically. Like, this teams around the big leagues were basically like, they're pushing him to go sign with the Dodgers. And this is a Japanese firm, a Japanese advertising company called Dunsu. And the guy was basically saying, go sign with the Dodgers. Like, basically leading him to sign with the Dodgers. And that's why they kept the Blue Jays in as long as they did. Because if we could have had the Blue Jays on at 7 and the Dodgers on at 10, we could have had baseball all through the night in Japan. Even on the days he doesn't pitch.
So you think that was their plan?
It's in the story, clear as day.
Yeah. Really? I never really fell for now whether they were having conversations or not, they probably did. So I won't deny that. But I never genuinely thought the Blue Jays had a solid shot. I feel like 9 out of 10 people always thought it was Dodgers all along.
No, it was Dodgers all along, but they were lining up the Blue Jays as a secondary option.
They lined them up all right to get sniped by the Dodgers.
I mean, if you want to put it like that, yeah.
For real.
But
bro.
it's crazy how just this whole country is just driven to play for this one team.
Right. I love it, man. I love it. Because I kind of feel like, here in the States, and this is not a knock on high school baseball players, college ball players here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a different type of energy that certain players play with, that certain players bring with, especially when it comes to, for example, upbringings, right? A lot of these players come from not having much. Some of them come from using sticks and broomsticks as that being like their first version
official
of bat. Yeah, man. So they come to the States, and not to say that signing a contract is not a huge deal for anyone who does it. I'm sure it's a big deal for all of them.
It is.
But I think it just hits differently, when you have, this background to you, when you have this story of something that you may have gone through,
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And baseball means more to them. You could tell. Like the Japanese culture, they take it serious. Like this guy Ichiro treated his bats as if they were like pieces of gold. Ohtani treats the game very seriously. It's not just, I want to go play baseball. It's a very serious thing for these people. And that's why I respect it. Do I want to get up at 6 a.m. to watch games in Japan? No. But I respect how seriously you take the game. Mm-hmm. And my only beef with this is, if you're gonna push it to this extent, you should have the same effect when games happen in the States too. Put your best players against each other and put the best product on the field that you can. All right? At the end of the day, that's all that matters, because you can do this for Japan, but what is it going to matter if stateside you're struggling? With teams like the Marlins, who don't even know if they're going to make payroll. With teams like the Pirates, who never spend money they never spend money. With teams like, the Rockies and the Rays and A's playing in minor league yards.
Yeah.
How's this good for the game? Like, I get, like, you want to improve on some things, but internationality needs to take a backseat to what's going on in America right now.
I get your point. And in a way, I see you saying that straighten things out here in the USA all around before you decide to go overseas and act like everything is gravy over here. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah. And because look, right, There was a story in The Athletic again. Again, I'm not plugging this on purpose, but I read a lot, guys, like about how the Marlins are basically saying, yo, we put money into the infrastructure of the team. We put money into the weight rooms and all these different places. But what happened to the money on the roster? Ivan, I'm almost here to guarantee you they're trading Sandy Alcantara as soon as humanly available.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks that you're trading a guy like him who's only making $17 million a year. He's the most expensive player on the team. And you're going to trade him for a bag of balls? Like, who knows what they'll get back for him? Instead of building a culture, right? Look at some of the teams that the Marlins have had, but they chose not to extend it. Marcell Ozuna, Christian Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton, Jose Fernandez, who tragically passed.
Didn't I think JT Realmuto came from the Marlins
JT
too, right?
Realmuto was a Marlin too, right?
Yeah.
Jazz Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Even those teams in the early to the mid 2010s when they went on a free agent spending spree, Mark Burley, Jose Reyes, they signed everybody and their mother. At one point, I thought Albert Pujols was going to be a Marlin. You remember that before he signed with the Angels, he was talking to the Marlins? Can you imagine?
It's been a while, but I could see that happening because of how aggressive they were at the time.
Can you imagine Albert Pujols playing for the Marlins? That was almost a thing, folks. Now, it wouldn't have ended great, but just think about that. And they blew up that team in a year, right?
Yeah, so, I don't even think they gave it a full season.
They did?
I think it was less.
By the deadline, everybody was
gone. Honestly, I think if I could be wrong, but I remember some of the names that they got in that offseason. I think it was maybe about just a couple months into the season, bro.
4 months and everybody was gone. Yeah.
A couple of guys were gone. I was like, yo, well, goddamn, why not give it at least one full year? Which is what, you see a lot of teams do now before they decide to part that quickly. But you know what? I actually think some teams from today should take some notes from that Marlins team because they should be doing the same instead of holding on for dear life for as long as they do.
I'm going to be honest. Do you know who's pissing me off right now? And I'm like, yo, you guys are really pissing me off because I'm looking at their team and I'm like, yo, what are you guys doing? Like, competing is one thing, but you're not winning anything.
Who are we talking about?
We're going to get into this because this is the Central.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers need to blow that shit all the way up. Yo, dog, trade up.
They still got some guys.
The pitcher, Christian Yelich, whatever you can get for him, trade him too. You already started. Devin Williams is out. Josh Hader, you traded. You traded Corbin Burns, got out of there. Like they gotta do this full on stop.
Yeah,
like you gotta go. Cardinals, same thing. I don't care that Sonny Gray has a no trade clause. Yo, dog, you got to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Sonny Gray gotta go. Nolan's an idiot for not taking the trade to the Astros. You're an idiot because now you're stuck there and nobody wants your contract. You're a fool.
No, but I definitely agree with you when it comes to Milwaukee because for a couple of years now, we've seen him depart with so many players. And listen, while saying that, I also want to say this. I still give them credit for still being able to remain somewhat decent. Mm-hmm. But, it's only a matter of time until, you start to see how many guys have moved on to other teams and it starts to affect them. Mm-hmm. And listen, man, if you were to ask me, I think this season could be that year for them.
I think they're a year too late.
Right.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think the Pirates are going to be better. I think they're going to be better. I think Cincinnati's going to take a step forward. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if you're the Brewers, you might want to start this rebuild like as soon as possible.
Right.
Look, I'm just upset with Mark. See, because the thing about the Brewers is, we just want to keep up appearances and look good. Mark Antanasio, the Brewers owner, has no desire to spend any more legitimate money. So why are we putting lipstick on a pig? Why don't we just put the pig out of his misery and have some roast pork and have a nice dinner and call it a day? What are we doing? Come on. Like you're out here trying to put a band-aid on the bullet wound when the bullet wound should have killed your ass like last year. Come on. Enough. Enough. Like enough.
Yeah. I think that series that they had against the Mets last year was probably the nail in the coffin.
I'm gonna use a interesting term. You ever heard the term coup de grace? Coup de grace? That was the coup de grace. That was the final straw that broke the camel's back.
For
Listen,
real.
not to say that they don't have some good young players. You got, Jackson Churio and Sal Furtick, who's Shrek's guy, and
right,
a few other guys. I get it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, Freddie Peralta stills is a nice arm to have.
Right now, what's
the catcher's name there? I think he has a brother in the league, right? I think he's the younger one, though. You know who I'm talking about, right?
No, Contreras is with the Cardinals now.
With the Cardinals?
Contreras is the Wilson Contreras.
But he has a brother that plays for the Brewers. They're not related? They're not brothers?
I know who you're talking about, but I think the Contreras. Yes, he does. You're right.
Yeah.
William Contreras.
William, thank you.
Yes, William Contreras is the catcher.
Yeah,
yes,
on the cards, it's Wilson.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Yeah, but his brother's nice.
Yeah.
The one on the Brewers.
Yeah.
He might be better than his brother, honestly. He's good.
Nah, yeah. But like with the way the league needs pitching right now, Freddie Peralta can help somebody.
Oh, hell yeah.
You trade Freddie Peralta right now, you can get a nice little haul back. You're not going to do it because the season starts next week. But
right.
Yeah.
I wonder if because we talked about this, we actually made some content about it too last season, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the Brewers and some of the guys that were on the team last season.
Yeah.
We saw it finally happen and take place with a guy like Devin Williams. They departed with him, and obviously he's a Yankee now. But I wonder if they step it up a notch, and perhaps maybe we see 2 to 3 guys move on from the team this year,
See, here's the thing. What's left? Freddie Peralta, cool, good player. You're not trading Jackson. You just signed him. Yelich's back is a problem. I don't think he's tradable at this point.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Speaking of players who left that team, the other guy we forgot to mention is Willy Adames.
Went to the Giants.
He's also not there, yeah.
Yeah, went to the Giants, yeah.
That's a lot of losses, man. Listen, if you're a Milwaukee fan, listen, I hope you guys could somehow still win that division, if possible. But I know it has to be rough.
It's gonna look it's gonna look a lot different. Oh yeah,
that's hard. Yeah,
it's gonna look a lot different. But we got a crap ton of comments here, so let's get to these. Shrek said we didn't miss much on the 6 a.m.
Thank you for clarifying it, Shrek. We don't feel all that bad anymore.
I was excited. Shrek says.
I feel like he's lying. I feel like him saying he was excited is a lie.
He might be trolling. PCA alone makes it worth it. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'll let you rock. I mean, most talented, yeah. Ohtani, yeah. King Jamrock in the building. To the 6 people watching, what's up? Join the convo. We here. We outside. Now, I mean, this is important.
Yeah. The other thing really too, important. Like not only do you see it in their style of play when it comes to baseball, but you see it in their day-to-day. The way these guys carry themselves, Like you hardly ever hear anything bad, if at all, when it comes to the Japanese players.
Right.
You're right. I don't ever remember hearing something bad about Tanaka. I don't ever remember hearing something bad about Ichiro, Matsui.
Right.
Like none of these guys, man.
Baseball's sacred to these guys, man. It's special to them.
It's near and dear to their hearts.
Absolutely.
What team is he talking about?
They would have been near the top of the standings on a regular basis if it would have been them.
No, 08 World Series. 08 World Series was
Phillies and Rays, yeah.
Trying to see what team he's talking about.
Yeah,
Chad, let us know.
My favorite player is just because of one. My favorite division is just because of one player. Let me guess. It's Sal Furtick, Shrek. Sal Furtick's on. Shrek is on the Sal Furtick fan club heavy. Listen, maybe Reese Hoskins has a bounce back season, 1 year more removed from the knee. Maybe a guy like Brandon Woodruff comes back healthy and gives them a few innings this year. So
yeah, Brandon Woodruff is a guy who I used to enjoy watching.
Brandon before he got hurt, he was that big three.
They had a trio. Yeah, exactly.
Peralta, Burns, and Woodruff was
That was a problem. That was a problem.
And that's how fleeting pitching is, man. You look at these big threes like, damn, these big threes are gonna be around forever. And then you turn around, one it blows out of his arm. They forget how to pay. They don't want to pay the other one, and then one's just sitting there like, damn, it's only me now. That's it.
And that's why a team like the Seattle Mariners, that's why a team like the Seattle Mariners should be taking notes, bro.
Inventory, yeah.
They're in a similar position. All these arms, no need to have 4 to 5 different dudes.
But then again, somebody will tell you about how look at the Yankees injuries and look at all these pitching injuries that happen. You need pitching depth. So maybe it's better to have it and know that you have it and try to win games 2-1, knowing that pitching is always going to be scarce and injuries are always going to happen. Right? So that's why somebody might tell you in regards to, I get your point on not trying to get as much pitching, but they might also tell you that pitching is such a valuable commodity that we don't want to just give it away. You know what I'm saying? At that point, we want to be able to say we stuck to it and we allowed ourselves to continue to move forward and have the ability to, keep our window open longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing devil's advocate. I usually agree with you.
Yeah.
You can't start 5 guys, but that's the same thing we said about a bunch of different rotations and injuries happen. George Kirby starting the season on the IL.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, as we read Dollars' comment, I was referring to the Marlins with Albert Pujols. I think I messed up with the. Oh, okay, cool. No, he was close. He was close.
Right.
I believe Pujols left St. Louis in 2011. I believe that was the year right after they won the World Series. I think
it was early 2010s. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But speaking of pitching injuries, Jared Jones, one of the Pirates' young studs, has been dealing with some elbow issues, and they're sending him for some tests. He was supposed to undergo some tests. They're hoping for the best, but you cross your fingers and you hope that it's nothing serious, because that trio in Pittsburgh, my goodness, with Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, and who's the other brother? There's 3 of them that are disgusting.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's 3 of them, and you're like, oh my goodness, right?
It'll probably stick to me after seeing all 3 of them go to work.
Right. Damn, I know there's somebody else in Pittsburgh. Who the hell is the 3rd guy? There's another guy. Skeens, Jones, and who's the other guy? Oh, Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller. Yeah. It was 11. Giants won in 10. Yeah. 2011. I remember him winning the World Series and leaving. I believe they beat the Angels. They beat the Rangers that year, didn't they?
I believe so, because it was back-to-back seasons that the Rangers win.
Yo, dude. Like, this is why if I'm a Pirate fan, I'm depressed right now. I got 3 of the best young arms in the game with Mitch Keller, Paul Skeens, and Jared Jones, and you do nothing to give me any offense?
Literally nothing.
Like your biggest free agent acquisition was Andrew McCutchen, 1 year, $5 million. Crazy.
And that's a washed version of Andrew McCutchen. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. They got some players. They Brian Reynolds is a good player.
Yeah.
They got O'Neal Cruz. They got something
There was a couple of moves that I outside of I wasn't really the biggest fan of the McCutcheon thing. I mean, I guess it's cool to have him around to be
Right.
the vet.
Veteran. Yeah.
But there's a couple of things I like that they did. Like I know, I think Tommy Pham is on the team now as well.
Tommy Pham is over there. Yeah.
Solid pickup. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they finished last year at the very bottom of the Central, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I have the Brewers, the Cubs, and the Reds all being better than the Pirates this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a battle between the Cardinals and Pirates for last place.
And right now, I got the Cardinals finishing last.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. No more Goldie. Nolan's probably going to be gone at some point this season.
You would hope so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny Gray's an older guy. Now, how old is Sonny Gray now? 35 years old?
Sonny Gray's 35, yeah. Who's the other guy? Eric Fetty. Eric Fetty, they want to trade at some point. The Yankees had some interest in Eric Fetty, so I wonder if the Yankees and Cardinals come together on something. But, like, Pittsburgh that's disgusting. To have that much pitching, and you don't have no offense to give them a little bit of help.
They've been bad for a long time, dude, man. Like, it's been a very – I can't even tell you when was the last time I remember the Pirates being decent. I think we might have to go back to, like, Andrew McCutcheon's early days there.
Our college days. 2015 was the last time they were good.
Probably, yeah.
The Cueto game when he dropped the ball.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is what was it? I think they had McCutcheon then. Was Garrett Cole still on the team?
Garrett Cole was still there.
Garrett Cole was still on the team.
I remember they had a three-headed monster in Pittsburgh too. You had Garrett Cole, and you had two other guys too that were filthy.
I can't remember. I know they had a decent outfield. It was McCutcheon,
Starlin
Gregory Polanco, and Starlin Marte.
Starlin Marte was on the team.
Yes.
Neil Walker was the second baseman. Russell Martin was the catcher.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Burnett was on that team.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was still okay.
Yeah, old head AJ was good with the Pirates. Damn, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time, man.
Who was the catcher? Who was the catcher back then? It was Russell Martin, but who was the catcher before him? You remember Jason Kendall?
Yes, I do. Yeah. That name is definitely familiar.
Yes. Wynn is a stud. I agree. I like Mason Wynn. Hell of a player.
That's the shortstop, right?
Yep.
On St. Louis. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been watching him for
Burleson. I like him. He can swing it.
For about a year and some change now. I've been watching.
I'm gonna be honest. You know who's my guy? I'm gonna be honest. You know who I love on the Cardinals? I love this dude. Is Nolan Gorman? The second. Him, Burleson, Wynn. They got some nice young players, man. The thing about it is they're waiting for what's his name, Jordan Walker, the outfielder, to take the next step. Like if he takes the next step, they're not going to be bad offensively. They're going to be okay, right? Like they got some players and they got some youth. Nah, probably not. Because the game's not fun anymore, man.
I am going to get it, Chad. This might actually sound funny to you. So I'm still in the middle of finishing my franchise season in the previous the show.
24, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, be doing that probably over like the next 2 months. So I don't think I'm gonna get the new one until like midway through this season. And it might be free at that point because that's how I got last year's game. My shout out to my boy Manny. My boy Manny hit me up. He's like, yo, you got it? I was like, nah, bro, I'm not really like interested. He's like, yo, well, if you want, you could get it for free right now. I mean, I ain't saying no to something that's free, so I jumped on it.
Listen, my money went right here.
Well, you got to tell them, bro, because I know they don't know. You got to talk to the people.
I copped a new iPhone 16 because, I told you what happened to me. Yo, dog, my phone finally wigged out the other day. Friday, the shit turned on and off by itself. I called my brother Saturday morning. I was like, we need to get this done ASAP. My shit came in yesterday. I synced everything together. I set it up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like
there's something about having a brand new, fresh iPhone, man. But for me, since I've had one for like a long time now, the
Yeah.
feeling only lasts for like a few days, then it's like, all right, back to
Back to
you
the
know,
same old shit.
yeah, just having another iPhone as always, you know.
I'm used to it already. Like I'm already like, I had this for like a day and the newness wore off. Now it's like, all right, it's time to get back into like regularly scheduled shit. But
Yeah,
I needed it, man, because and then that small ass screen was killing my eyes, bro. I was like, Jesus, I need something with a little bit more like need to be able to see. So,
I wonder if you just gave me an idea. So
Pro,
I've never had the Pro. Like when it comes to all of the, and the first ever iPhone that I bought was the iPhone 5. I've never had the bigger version. So now that you say that, I
you
think I
should,
might
man.
just,
That shit is
get
like
the Pro when I do upgrade.
I'm not trying to joke. That bigger screen will change your life, bro.
Right.
Like you're not sitting there on a small screen like this, holding the shit up to your face.
Well, I'm used to it because that's the only version I've had for I forget how long now, you know?
No, so like for me, right? I know we digressed into iPhone talk. It's cool. Um, for me, right? I like a bigger phone because I full disclosure, I text easier with one hand. So sometimes having a smaller phone can make it a little bit difficult. Where if I have a bigger phone, I'm able to like I text easier. The buttons just feel better. It works for me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, this phone's a little more expensive. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just spend the extra couple $100. Really don't make no difference. Hell yeah.
He said I'm rocking a banana phone.
Bro is the way to go. I agree, bro.
Don't worry, Shrek. Whenever I do decide to because I've had my phone now for about 2 years, maybe a little more than that.
Yup.
I'll do what Stefan is doing right now, and I'll let y'all know that I finally upgraded as well.
Nah, yeah, man, because I was out because my mom was like, why don't you just get the bigger screen just so it's better for you? And I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? Then I'm gonna do that. So I waited a couple extra months, but I'm not getting no video games and then and honestly, the last two MLB the shows I wasn't really rocking with, bro. I
Right.
feel like they made the game way too hard. Like,
Now that you say that, Stefan, for those of you who have it, Chad, let us know if you have it. If you don't, it's cool because I also don't have it, as I just said. But anybody else who's watching right now, do you guys have it? And I know for a while now, and I truly mean a while, there really hasn't been a different feeling when it comes to, oh, thank you. You answered. So never mind. I already know then. Thank you. I'm gonna stop myself right there. Well, I'm not even gonna go any further. Nah, I didn't even see that comment there, Chad. But thank you for pulling that up, Stefan, because he answered my question.
nah, yeah. I
But
mean,
for anybody else who's watching, and if
it's,
you do
it's
play, even if you're not able to watch it live and you're watching after the fact, how's the game? Is it the same as always, like they always say? I know
I
they've tweaked
can't,
certain things. I
I,
know they brought like high school into like the road to the show. They
I
got like
can't do
college
it.
ball as well in the road
I
to the
can't do it.
show.
It's
But
too
I
much.
kind of feel like they're late. You know how late they are to that? You know how many years 2K has already been doing that, dude? Like they
Yeah.
are beyond late. Like
Nah,
late
I
is not even the
can't.
word.
Listen, I
You might as
spent
well
my
not even show up to the party at that point.
shit like everything else with baseball.
For real. The actual game in real life is delayed when it comes to everything and the
Jesus.
video game.
So getting back to the Central, speaking of being delayed, why does it feel like? Because I think the Pirates are going to be competitive, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to compete for this division, right? Chad says they allegedly seek some of the hitting, improve the timing on certain actions. We'll see. I'm not gonna get the game, so Ivan, I'll let you be the judge of that. But what I will say is that listen, the two teams I'm looking forward to watching in this division are the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Like, and I think Cincinnati's gonna take a huge step forward. I really do. Like, you don't hire Terry Francona just to say we've hired Terry Francona. If you hire Terry Francona, it's because you believe you can win something. All right. You can believe that in your heart of hearts, you can win a lot of games. So Terry Francona is the guy that I'm looking at if I'm if I'm a Red fan. And the Reds got a nice little team.
Yeah.
You know, you brought in Brady Singler. I know Shrek knows something about him, former Royal. They got some free agent acquisitions. They made some signings.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Jose Trevino via trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jeremy Candelario was a big free agent acquisition last offseason. So they
I know
like
they
those.
also made the trade with the Dodgers to get Gavin Lux.
Gavin Lux is there now too. Right.
Right.
Listen, the key for me with the Cincinnati Reds is the pitching. What type of step forwards do we see from Nick Liddell or Nick Liddell or Nick Ladola? I might be saying his name wrong. And Hunter Green. Those are the two guys because there's a lot of stuff with both their teams.
Hunter Green, I've known about for a few years now, and I feel like he's getting closer to having that breakout season.
It's disgusting, man. Yeah. His stuff is no joke.
He had a hell of a year last year, right? 9-5, 2.7 ERA, 169 Ks,
and that's with pitching in Cincinnati.
Right.
Like when you make half your starts in a ballpark that is a bandbox,
he pitched
there. Well. Yeah.
And that was after having 2 back-to-back seasons with an ERA above 4.
Yeah, and then you got like Matt McClain is that third baseman, or he might even be the shortstop. It's the kid Steer, who was dealing with some elbow injuries this spring. They like him a lot too, right? But we talking about the crew. We talking about the Reds, and Elly De La Cruz is the guy. I think Elly goes 40-30 this year. I think he hits 30 home runs and steals at least anywhere between 40 to 60 stolen bases.
Let's see. What was it exactly? He had 67 stolen bases last season. He had 25 home runs, right?
So I think if he gets over 40, he gets over 60 stolen bases easy, and I think he hits over 30 homers.
Yeah, I got. You know what? Here's what I'll say. I think he has himself a season where, yes, I think he finishes with around 60 stolen bases, 30 home runs, and close to 100 RBIs.
That's not a bad year.
Yep.
That's not a bad year.
Mm-hmm. And not just for Elly De La Cruz, but for the Reds themselves, I could see them finishing maybe slightly over 500.
No, I got the Reds. Surprisingly, I'm going to say something right now. I got them winning the Central Division.
Really? So that means you got them winning about 90 games.
90 games this year.
Because last season, I think it took the Brewers about 93.
The reason why I got the Reds, I don't
think it'll take that again this season.
The reason why I got the Reds winning that division is because I looked at the improvements they made, but I also look like, Terry Francona is like, that guy is going to get you he's going to get you 8 to 10 wins just being him.
Right.
Being in the dugout, knowing what he got, knowing who's available, massaging you through a game, massaging you through through tough spots. He's just, I don't know. I like him. Yeah. I like the Reds.
They were also able to make a sneaky deal with the Giants too to get Taylor Rogers. I like that a lot.
I like that move. I don't see it for the Brewers this year.
Brewers got it?
Nah. I don't see it.
I don't think it's impossible. I think it's going to be a little more difficult, though, if anything.
Wow.
I would love to see that.
Wow. Okay.
I would love to see that.
Like I like Christian Encarnacion Strand is another guy. Before he got hurt last year, this guy's power is no joke, bro. Strong in all fields. You know who I'm surprised they sent down is Will Benson, the left-hander that was hitting home runs damn near out of the stadium. You remember the big left-hander that was in the outfield last year?
I don't remember him, no. For a second, you know who I thought you were thinking of? I think this is going further back. You remember that dude Aristides Aquino?
Yes, I remember him. Playing in Japan.
Oh, he's overseas now?
Yeah. Do me a favor. Go Google Will Benson real quick. Go Google Will Benson Reds. Go type in a highlight on the YouTube. Go look
Goes
how
against
far
the
this guy
Reds.
hits the
Okay.
ball.
Right.
That shit is crazy how strong this dude is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how strong this dude is from the left hand side. Hits bombs, bro. Bombs, and they sent him down. When I saw that, I was kind of shocked. Division's gonna come down to Brewers, Reds, and Cubs.
Well, now that you mention his name, I get what you're saying, but I also see why the Reds sent him down. Right away, I see it.
Batting average?
Dude he had 187 last year, bro. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, we're okay with 210,
230,
220,
even two.
but dude,
Yeah.
187, dude. That's
That means you struck
I
out
don't
more
even-
than.
you don't belong at the big league level. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Yeah.
But if he
Not
starts
to say he can't come back.
no, right. If he
He's got to
starts
clean
putting
some things up, though.
if he starts putting the bat to the ball, he's gonna be really good.
Yeah, the season before he had an OPS over 800.
Yeah, no,
He could do it.
He can hit.
He can do it. Yeah.
That power is legitimate.
It by the looks of it, because I don't know much about him, right? But just looking at the past 2 seasons, I think if he could somehow find some consistency, he'll be good.
Yeah, even if he hits anywhere from like 220 to 240, but you hit 35 home runs a year and driving like 85 to 90 runs, you're gonna be in the big leagues.
That'll keep him up there, yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we could start talking about him being part of a core now with Elliot Cruz and some of these other guys too.
Encarnacion Strand, De La Cruz, Spencer Steer.
Right.
Now you got Matt McLain is good too.
So let me ask you this now. Now that we pretty much have gotten into because I want to say that we kind of started off the Central talk with the Tokyo series, already having spoken about the Cubs. So you're not going to hear much about the Cubs anymore. But now that we've gotten into every team, you said you have the Reds winning a division, right? Damn. Now I'm thinking for myself now, because I kind of feel like it's going to be a toss-up between either the Reds or the Brewers.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bona fide lock for either team.
No, but here's the thing why I'm discrediting the Cubs a little bit. I don't know if Imanaga is going to be able to have that same season that he had last year. He was unbelievable last year. Justin Steele, he's a nice pitcher, but he's not anything to write home about.
Gave up 5 runs earlier today, actually.
Right. So, what are we doing with the offense? What is it? Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki. You could have brought Bregman. If they brought Bregman in there, I would feel a little differently.
They tried.
Yeah, but it feels like they're missing a bat. They were just missing something in the middle of that lineup to solidify it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at.
It's gonna have to be the 40-year-old dude, man, Justin Turner.
Shit, you joke. He's still capable of hitting anywhere between 13 homers, maybe driving in 60 RBIs, maybe a little more. He still is a serviceable big league hitter.
Right.
The question is who's Seiya Suzuki has to take the next step. You have to come over here and you have to be the guy, the offensive force. Ian Happ, you got to be the offensive force. They're gonna miss Cody Bellinger. They are definitely gonna miss Cody Bellinger. Now his swing is gonna play better at Yankee Stadium, but they're gonna miss him for sure.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're trying to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a guy that you certainly need to make that kind of noise.
And then, this is what the Cubs, I don't understand the Cubs. This is why I'm applauding the Reds. You traded for Gavin Lux. You went to go get a veteran catcher in Jose Trevino. You did a couple other deals. You made a deal with the Royals. You made some deals. You got better. Your younger kids are going to take a step. You hired a big league manager that's been here before. You said, all right, let's take a risk. Let's see Ellie continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? Let's develop these pitchers. You're not rushing Hunter Green's progression. The kid, the other young stud they got, who you mentioned earlier, they feel like they're poised and ready to be all right, we're going to take this division by the horns. Don't get me wrong, I still like the Brewers, but Willy Adames, that's going to be hard to replace. It's going to be hard to replace that.
Devin Williams as well.
Devin Williams is going to be hard to replace. Also, where are you getting the pitching depth from? Like, where are you getting it from? And Nestor Cortez's elbow could get blown out at any moment now. So is that somebody we want to really rely on? Like,
I wonder if for Nestor Cortez, if pitching in the National League Central is now going to be somewhat, calming for him. He'll be able to relax more.
maybe.
You know how it is in New York, bro. It's a jungle, like they say, right?
Maybe.
You got the media, breathing down your back,
right,
shoving microphones in your face daily.
For sure.
You
It's
got
a different
the Yankee fan base who they have high expectations year in, year out. And not to say that the Brewers aren't looking for team to finally do something.
Credit Matt Arnold and that whole and Pat Murphy and that whole staff out there in Milwaukee. They're doing yeoman's work by getting this team to be competitive year in, year out. But I just think the Reds are more talented.
Yeah.
I think the Brewers are good, but I think the Reds
They had their time.
And honestly, this is why I'm heartbroken for Pirate fans, because it's like, yo, just one bat. One bat. You know what would get me excited if I'm a Pirates fan? You know what you do? Go trade for Luis Robert. Put his bat in the middle of that lineup, and then we look like a different team. You need to start trying to augment this. You know what I'm saying? Like, get some players in here. And it's just the owner, Bob Nutting, he refuses to spend money. Ben Cherington can only make but so many miracles. You got to want to spend money at some point, and it can't happen. You can't be nickel and diming your way through. And the Cardinals are another, Sonny Gray. You still got Steven Matz on the team. Like, the Cardinals don't know what the hell they do. Like the closer, Ryan Helsley, the closer that throws like damn near 100.
I like him, yeah.
You could have got something for him. You could have got, and you held on to him. The hardest thing that they're going to do is trying to trade Nolan Arenado. That's going to be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. That might be the hardest trade in baseball this season, is Nolan.
But I think he himself is also going to make it that more difficult too.
Yeah.
Because he's not just trying to be sent to any random team,
I'll tell you this. You know where I can see Nolan Arenado playing second half of the season? I wouldn't mind Nolan Arenado depending on where they are in Seattle. Go to Seattle, Nolan. Like, go somewhere where your veteran presence is going to be needed. Like Nolan Arenado in Philadelphia. You want to trade Alec Bohm? Bring Nolan in there. Dave Dombrowski's about the veterans. You don't think Philly fires Nolan up to go be Nolan Arenado and go play your best ball?
Mm-hmm. And then he would also be able to play alongside.
Yeah, you got Schwarber, you got Harper, you got Realmuto, you got the Castellanos, you got some players now. And I think David Dombrowski just might do it. He's crazy enough.
Yeah, I think Nolan actually fits what they have going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because we talked about it when we, broke down the National League East. The Phillies are one of those teams that don't have much time left. Like, they have to be able to jump on it now, which they haven't been able to do. But while you still can, I can see how bringing in a guy like Nolan fits that narrative,
Yeah. The question is, what's John Middleton's, the owner of the Phillies, what's his appetite to spend money? That's the tough part, because we could say you could bring Nolan in all day. Does he want to spend money? That is the question that I would be asking if I'm a Philly fan.
Right.
Because they didn't do much this offseason to try and improve the roster because they didn't want to spend any more money. Like the Yankees, same thing. The Yankees didn't want to improve the roster because they didn't want to spend any more money. I don't know where the Mets are in terms of their appetite to spend more money. All right. So it's going to have to be somebody that at least is willing to at least take on some of this, which is why I'm not closing the door on a potential Astros trade at some point. I'm not.
Oh, yes. You did actually. I think we spoke about that off the air a couple weeks ago. You said he might actually, even though he had already said no, he might still end up there anyway.
Yeah, because By the way, you see Jose Altuve in the outfield?
Not good.
Oh,
Not good. Not good.
boo-hoo.
But and I don't know if a lot of fans are gonna judge him, like this moving forward.
Right.
But I for sure, even if this is where he might stay, I hope he doesn't stay there. But whatever the case may be, I for sure will remember the version of Altuve before the 2025 season. I want to start there.
I agree with you.
Because if this is
Nah,
gonna be what we have
Brewers
to
ain't
deal with,
Brewers ain't making it to the championship series.
nah, no way, bro. So
Ooh.
many other teams are better than them.
No.
The Mets are better. There's 3 teams in the National League East that are better than them. The Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. I think and all eliminate the Brewers.
And wait, you said wait. So you just gonna excuse Arizona like Arizona don't got one of the best pitching staffs in the big leagues, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on now. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to hold on a minute.
The way he said it though, and the beer squad takes it in 7. Nah, I ain't sleeping on nobody, bro.
If
I actually believed in them while they had the chance to, make the best out of it.
The closest they got was 2018 when they lost to the Dodgers in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
When Justin Turner hit the grand slam that turned out the lights and it was over.
Right.
That was their shot when the Red Sox won the World Series. When Manny was still with the Dodgers before he went to San Diego. Manny Machado.
A while ago, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember Brandon Woodruff hit a home run in that series. A bunch of crazy stuff happened.
Back when pitches were allowed to hit.
Yeah, but he's not a franchise player, though. He's a nice player, but he's not a franchise player. Yeah. I don't know about that. You got some outfielders in the National League that might have something to say about that.
That's tough to say, Shrek, because really think about it. Like Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, those are 2 names that
they're playing first. Well, Bryce is playing first, and Mookie's playing shortstop for most of the season this year. Supposedly.
Excuse me, yeah, I already because that's my mistake. Because I remember we had the conversation about Bryce Harper possibly moving
back.
Yeah. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. But okay, remove him. There's
Acuna,
still other guys. Yeah.
Acuna. Soto's gonna make it.
Right.
Soto, is gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think. Michael Harris.
Kyle
Tucker from the Cubs might make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, no.
Hell no.
Yelich hasn't been healthy in like last 4 seasons. If he's healthy, he still could put together a good. Because that's the thing. Before Christian Yelich got hurt last year, he was having a year, man.
Last year was decent for him.
Before he blew out his bat, before he hurt his back, you were like, damn, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If this guy could stay on the field, he could be special.
And that was after, like, I think, maybe 3 to 4 straight, just bad seasons.
Bad, because his body just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
His body just couldn't do it. Also, too, the other thing to keep an eye on with the Cardinals is, did you hear the story?
What story?
Did you hear that they're going to give Chaim Bloom the president of baseball operations job once John Mozeliak's contract runs out this year?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he's already the president in waiting.
Mm-hmm. Jake Berger.
Stop.
Is he still on the Marlins?
No, he's in Texas now.
He's in Texas now. Okay.
Yeah.
He came from there though, right?
Yeah. Did you hear the story? Funny story. This is a funny story. So Jake Berger was Max Scherzer's 6th grade teacher.
You serious?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah, Jake Berger's mom taught Max Scherzer in 6th grade.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Jake Berger's not a bad player. He got some pop though, honestly. He's not a bad player.
Him in that lineup is going to be.
He's going to help him out. He's going to help him out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I kind of feel like I I forgot about the fact that they made that move.
The one thing you worry about with Texas though is the pitching because John Gray broke his wrist. Remember, we were just talking about Texas and them staying healthy and they can make a run for it. Like 2 days later, John Gray is in the middle of a start, line drive right off the right wrist. He's done for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
So it's like, man. Can you get healthy and stay healthy? Yo, why do I feel like everybody's starting the season on the IL, bro?
I mean, I kind of feel like this is usually what happens around this time, especially with the pitching more than anything else.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Berger, Peterson, and
a lot of homers between the three of those guys.
A lot of strikeouts too.
yeah. But the three of them combined, I mean, we're looking at like what? Like 75 homers, maybe close to something like that.
I'm gonna be honest. Texas might have the best 7 position players altogether, like top 3 in the American League. Seager, Simeon, Kyle Higashioka is there too now, right? He's a catcher in Texas. He's in Texas too. I think he's a catcher. Him and Jonah Heim are the 2 catchers in Texas. Yeah. No, and then the outfield is Jock is actually gonna be DH though. I don't think he's in the outfield. I think Jock is like first base DH type situation.
Yeah.
The home run stroker.
Let me remind these people one last time because we basically got into everything that we wanted to get into. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at 27outs3c. Shout out to those of you who are watching right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way. And if you have not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well.
For sure. Yo, I have a fun question for you before we wrap this. If you could start the 2025 season, if you could start a team in 2025 with anybody else other than Shohei Ohtani, who are you starting your team with?
If I had to, wow, that's a good question. I say other than Ohtani and Judge, because I think Judge is another obvious one too.
Yeah, me too.
I would probably go, and shout out to you, Shrek. I might go Bobby Witt Jr. I like Bobby Witt Jr.
Not a bad pick.
Who would you go with?
I'm going with Ellie.
Ellie De La Cruz?
Yeah.
See, I like Ellie, but I kind of feel like he's not a finished product yet. So I want to give him the time to be able to get to that point. And I know it's coming.
I'm going straight off the upside. Like Ellie De La Cruz is straight up.
The upside is there. I see it.
And the thing is, like, Terry Francona is going to get him there, bro. Like, I think Terry Francona has a way of just, all right, bro, come on, let me get you there. He did it with J-Ram because when Jose Ramirez first came to the big leagues, we didn't even know who the hell that guy is. By the time Terry Francona left, he was probably one of the best third basemen in the game, right?
So wasn't he the one who took that there were still the Indians at the time
to the World Series? Yeah, he was the manager. Yeah. Damn, that infield was crazy. You had Jose Ramirez, Lindor, Jason Kipnis. I think Carlos Santana was the first baseman.
Yeah. They had low-key a squad. It was, I think,
squad, bro.
It was what?
Jesus.
Corey Kluber was still there at the time.
Cookie Carrasco,
Salazar, Carrasco. Yeah. But this is when these guys were still good, though.
Andrew Miller.
Yes, they were still good.
Who was the closer for them back then? Or who was the setup man?
I don't remember.
They had a team back then.
What was that? Like 8 years ago, maybe?
Brian Shaw was on that team, I think. He was a late inning reliever guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. That Guardian team was good, man.
Oh, so this shirt, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Stefan, remember last week I was telling you how I had a WBC shirt from like the first classic. So I was doing.
Oh, that's it. He whipped it out. Oh shit!
I'm gonna tell you guys something. So this shirt is what 19 years old because this is from 06, bro.
Damn.
By the way, it's a Miguel Tejada shirt, by the way. For those of you who remember Miggy Tejada, we all should.
This guy said Miguel Tejada throwback.
Yeah. So this was long as hell at the time when it was given to me. Because I think I might have been, if I'm 30 now, and this shirt is going to turn 20.
You were 11.
Yeah, I was just about like 10 or 11 years old at the time, bro.
Damn, bro.
So I found it, and you remember I was making jokes talking about like, oh, I think it has like a hole near like the armpit area and all that stuff.
Shit.
I don't think so. So I think the only damage is like this right here. But other than that, I think it's in pretty good condition, man. Shout out to Team DR. The classic is next year, as we all know. I know a lot of people who watch the show. Yo, Shrek, I had to put the Mets gear away. I had to put the Yankee gear away. I had to put the Stroman gear away.
Damn.
The OVO merch had to go.
Damn, he whipped out the classic DR vibes on him. All right.
Yeah, bro. This shirt is old, honestly.
I see you, dog.
This is actually, because you know I have that hoodie from the 09 World Series too.
Yeah.
This is actually 3 years older than that, bro. Crazy.
First of all, you making us all feel fat and out of shape because I can't fit in nothing from 20 years ago.
Nah, so this was like really oversized at the time. So this, I think at the time was like 2 sizes bigger, maybe.
Making cats feel like they need to hit the gym.
Because it's not as loose as it once was. But I could still get myself into it. And listen, this is the first time I've worn this in a while. But I'm going to make sure I bring this out at some point next year for that classic. I'll tell you that much. Yo, Chad, listen, I know you're going to be paying, close attention next year, man. You know why? You know why I say that, bro? I ain't going to say it, but I know you're going to be watching MDR games. You don't got to tell me.
Yeah, man. Couple classic watch alongs coming next year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I'm going, yeah. So my guy would be Ellie De La Cruz, but I wouldn't be mad if somebody said like a J-Rod or if somebody said like a, you know what I mean? Somebody had other to start a team.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, we are doing
for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple. We are gonna do a couple. Yeah, we're gonna do some regular season game ones.
You know what, Shrek? I don't have a crazy jersey collection. My collection is the fitted hats.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna tell you guys stories. I came to college with a different fitted hat every day. Yeah, when I was in school back in the day.
How many you said you have now? You said like over 30?
I got like about 35.
35, yeah. You told me it was worse back then. It was like what, double, triple?
I was damn near 70 by that point.
That's wild, bro. For real. But I feel you though, man. It's like the
many fitted hats.
It's the same thing with like sneakerheads. Like you got some people who they have rooms literally full of just sneakers.
Yeah.
From like the ground up to the ceiling.
Yo, that's how my fitted hat closet used to be. My shit was damn near like fitted collections are dope. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna start collecting them for the show this year. I'm gonna get back on my bullshit. Just buying different fitteds just around the show, just to show love. Yo, You know what hat I missed that I had back in the day? Yo. You remember the old school Arizona Diamondbacks hat that they wore when they win the World Series? The old school one that the D was like gold.
Yes.
I had that. Yo, I miss that shit till this day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Minor league teams got the best hats.
Some minor league teams hats are fire. I used to have the snapback hats on my collection. Yeah.
I had a snapback phase too. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. Shout out to Big Sean. Shout out to them dudes when it was, it's been a while now, but those were the guys who got me into the snapback game for sure.
Speaking of music, I can't wait for that Cushion Orange Juice too. Wiz is working.
Oh yeah.
Heard that Cushion Orange Juice 2 is coming. I heard a snippet off that shit. I was like, yeah.
Nah, Wiz Khalifa in his prime, no, bro. He was a
Wiz,
problem.
Wiz is working.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
You know, speaking of Wiz Khalifa, you remember that song by him? I forgot the name, but it went something like, "Whenever you need me, you know you could call me. I'll roll up. I'll roll up, roll up." There we go. Sorry. that song is catchy, bro.
Nah, yeah.
I know the Black and Yellow and some of those other
Wiz
joints
Wiz got some joints, man.
Yeah. You know what I like too? His mixtapes were valid, bro.
Nah,
like before he took off with Black and Yellow.
that Cushion Orange Juice was one of the tapes back
then.
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm waiting for Detroit versus Everybody Part 2. That Big Sean shit.
See, Big Sean, I like Big Sean, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you this, bro. I like Big Sean, but I'm more of a fan of, old Big Sean. I like some of his earlier projects.
Yeah.
But I still respect the music. But the last Big Sean project that I would say I genuinely rocked with, bro. I think it was it I Decided? Was it
might have been that.
I think it was like Purple. Yeah, I Decided. I Decided was like the last Big Sean album. And that came out in 2017, bro.
So I'm gonna be honest, there's a few people that are coming this year that I'm excited for. Like that Cushion Orange Juice 2 is gonna be fire. I like I think we finally getting a What's the Name album. Fucking the clips are coming finally.
Okay.
I heard the album's done, so they just waiting to get some samples cleared. Ty Dolla Sign and Party Next Door coming some point this year.
That's interesting.
So I'm excited about that. A couple music things happening.
I wasn't a big fan of and you know me, I'm a Ye fan. I didn't like the Vultures with Ye and Ty Dolla Sign. I didn't like that.
Listen, somebody take Kanye. Don't allow him to tweet. Don't allow him to text.
Did you guys see his phone conversation with Diddy?
Kanye be wild.
Yo, I must say, Diddy, he's got the world against him right now. But when I was listening to that conversation between him and Ye, he was really giving Ye what he needed to be told, bro. He was like, I want you to get back to this, get back to that, get back to making those beats, sampling the beats, get back to being that Ye that we all loved once upon a time. For him to say that, knowing that his ass is about to be grass most likely any day now, listen, I know that had to be encouraging for Ye, but knowing him, he's gonna screw it up.
Also, you heard. So then he comes off of that. You the one that leaked the phone call. You leaking phone calls. You also, if I'm being honest, if I'm being honest, I don't like the way you talking about Jay-Z. I don't like the way you talking about Beyonce and their kids. He's talking crazy.
He's doing too much.
You talking crazy. And now I had a problem with Kanye all the way going back to years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not into the whole Kanye movement, man.
I'm not. Thankfully, I'm able to separate the person from the artist and the creativity that they've been able to share with us over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So I still enjoy certain things,
mm-hmm.
but I gotta be honest, man. I hear him say certain things now, man, and I'm just like, why? For real, why?
You could tell he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he's a piece of shit.
Like he has no problem just literally talking bad about someone just for ratings. Like, come on, bro, you don't do that.
He was just cool with Jim Jones, and now you on the last stream, the last situation screaming F Jim Jones. You was just cool with Jim Jones.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he said fuck Jim Jones yesterday in a tweet. It's like, come on, bro. Yeah, wow.
It was like a month ago that he was posted up with him. I think he was wearing like the diplomat's chain too.
Yeah, he's a fool, bro.
Yo, if you're watching, and I know you're not, but whatever you're trying to put out, just put it out already so we don't have to hear from you again. Like, stop.
You know what album's pretty good? The Mac Miller album, the one that they dropped posthumously. They dropped the album of songs they had recorded. Is pretty good.
Wow, so they took that long since he passed.
Yeah, no, that
Listen, it's unfortunate,
fuck with Mac Miller. I like his music.
but I like when they do that as opposed to, like, for example, what they did with Pop Smoke, man. They just rushed everything, like literally everything that he had recorded before he passed.
And just didn't let
All
it
of that
sit,
music
nothing.
came out right away.
Nah, yeah,
So
you
the
sometimes
fact that Mac Miller and his estate, were like, yo, we
hold
gonna
on to
set
these
this one now.
records.
We gonna
Yeah,
wait. Yeah, I
hold on.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple interesting projects coming this year. Like,
Because I'm gonna be honest, when I was a big Pop Smoke fan when he was alive,
when he was rocking, yeah, Pop
I
had
was
that
like,
shit.
oh, you call this genre drill what? I was like, oh damn,
Nah,
sign me up.
Pop had the city on fire for half a second.
Yeah, then he passed, and there
Yeah.
was certain songs that I liked after. Then we
Mhm.
got more, and I was like, wait, so y'all telling me this is all we get from him, and y'all rushed it?
Yeah, I
Like, for
should have
real?
held that
Mhm.
down. But what happens is the label, he probably owed the label some money, and they're like, "Oh, let me go push these out, make some bread."
Right. And they probably saw maybe releasing it at the time that they did as a way to capitalize on like the Pop Smoke like
Mhm.
frenziness and the hype that was around him.
For sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for saying that, Chad. Thank you for saying that, Chad. Pop was the best to ever do NY drill ever, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Listen, Aaron Judge still comes up to his shit.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, what you said? I like my red bone, asphalt, cello, light skin, yellow.
Yeah, no.
Iced out. Hello.
Nah. When I'm at the stadium and that plays, you know what's about
I know, bro.
You
We
know what's
bumped to
about to
that.
happen. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Judge for still coming out to that, man.
Yo, nah, Aaron just got some elite Jordan PEs coming, yo.
I mean, I would hope so for who he is. He better.
I seen some shit he had on his feet during spring training a couple days ago, man. I wanted to jump through the TV. Dog, I was like, yo, hold on, turn those into regular sneakers. You can have my money real quick.
Oh, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna put the guy's name out there,
Yo,
but I'm gonna just talk to you, Stefan, right now, because you're gonna remember this. Do you remember the guy who it was at some point last season where he was a big time sneakerhead and he shared the show on his story? You remember that?
yeah.
We got a little bit of traffic from that. Okay, so he I think it was a few months ago now. He actually shared a picture of one of CC Sabathia's cleats from the time CC, I believe, was with the Yankees. He got his hands on a pair.
Damn.
Yeah, I gotta go back and like look at the picture, go back to the conversation. But I never shared this with you. But since we're talking about sneakers, but that guy, he is holding on right now to like an exclusive pair of CC Sabathia cleats. Yeah.
I remember when he laced the whole Yankee team with them Jordan cleats, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Hicks was rocking them shits. He had Clint Frazier rocking them shits.
Yeah.
I think Didi would rock a pair every now and then. He had the whole team rocking. Damn.
Speaking of Clint Frazier, I saw this YouTube video a few weeks ago, and it was about his sneaker collection. Yo, this dude has like this wall times like 5 of just like sneakers, shelves. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. And he has a story for like all of them. Like he takes them off the wall, and obviously he gets into like the silhouette, the colorway, and all that stuff. But he gets into.
I remember like, where I was when I bought them. Yeah, where I was at.
Yeah, man. He remembers hitting up like certain people to like customize them to like turn them into cleats for him. That's dope, bro. You know, like when people are able to attach stories to sneakers, I like that stuff a lot. But maybe that's the sneakerhead inside of me, you know? Could be.
Shit. Listen, we gonna have a pair of 27-ounce ones coming out in a couple years, dog.
That would be dope. That would be dope. Merch first. That's for sure.
You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, This was fun, but we gonna get on out of here. We had a great time tonight. Remember, catch it on the replay. If you catch it on the replay, you don't catch it live. Put a hashtag replay gang in the chat so we know who's catching it live and who's on the replay gang, so we know to shout you guys out.
Well, in the comment section, because ain't no chat no more after this.
No, but in the comment section, but also if you on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. We just hit 40 subscribers on TikTok the other day. So join the TikTok family. You know what I mean?
I think we're almost at like 1K likes too in like under a month.
Yeah.
We haven't had the TikTok for a month yet, right? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like it's been a complete 27-ounce Air Jordan 1. Hey, I know that won't be cheap to get custom made. That's for
Listen,
sure.
I'm gonna tell you this.
A couple thousand, maybe.
You don't gotta tell me twice, because y'all know how I feel about them Jordan 1s.
Mm-hmm.
They will be on my feet. That's for shit show. We might have to get this man some Adidas ones, but we figure it out.
Nah, I'm pretty diverse when it comes to, because with me, when it came to the Adidas wave, I was really heavy into it when Ye was there, you know. But now that he has turned into a completely different man, I'm rocking different things, man. Like I'm still into Jordans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Asics as well. Asics are pretty comfortable.
Asics is cool, yeah.
I still rock some of my Adidas stuff.
You know which ones are coming out heavy again? The Allen Iversons. I've been seeing people with some AIs, man.
The Reeboks, right?
Yeah, some exclusive shits. I'm like, yo, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you know what I noticed, man? And I don't want to sound like an old head saying this, but this is certainly something that you notice as you get
old, bro. You're going to sound like the old head. We old.
I've noticed how things, if you really think about it, they never go out of style completely.
They always come back.
It might have some downtime where, like, yeah, not a lot of people are really rocking them as much. Are people still wearing it? Yes.
Yeah.
But it never completely dies out. And I like that, you know? But you got people still, like you said, like Allen Iverson sneakers suddenly becoming a thing again.
The
New Balance is the wave now. Like so many different things.
ACGs is coming back out too. You know ACGs?
I was never a big. Yeah, I know the Nike sneaker boots.
No, but they coming back out. People rocking ACGs.
Yeah, I never really liked the ACGs.
I love Air Maxes though, bro.
I like Air Maxes.
Them 95s, them 95s and the 97s. Those are my shits.
Yes.
But you know what I'm looking?
Air Max 1s are valid too.
I like them, but you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a pair of Charles Barkley's.
Those are good. The black and white pair with a little bit of purple.
No, I'm looking for the black and purple pair, the Phoenix Suns ones.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we could be here all day talking sneakers. I'm out of here. We kept this guy far too long. And when we doing this again, bro? Sunday night?
Sunday, we're back.
I will tell you, I'm not sure when Sunday night, because depending on how the Duke Blue Devils do in the first round of the tournament, we might have to push recording time back a little bit, depending on when we play, because we're supposed to play Friday and then Sunday. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what comes of it. But
so anyway, if they play Sunday, what are we doing? Like 9:30?
Probably 9. Probably 9. Probably like 8:45, 9 o'clock, because we're on. If I'm not mistaken, we're in the East region, which is Florida.
Come on, my boy. You got to know. You talking Duke this, Duke that. Now's your time to shine. Don't let Duke that.
We're in the East region, which is Florida. So I got to see who they would get in the second round. And I think in the second round, if we were to win Friday, we get one of the toughest. We either get Houston. I think we get Houston, or we get Florida, and either one of those two teams are going to be easy. So,
it's
going to be interesting to see how they maneuver through this. But I'm going to start dying when we got to play St. John's and Auburn, and like when you get to the Elite Eight, that's when the stress starts, because you're like right there. Yeah, when you get close to the Final Four, that's when you know the fun starts. Actually, the stress starts. But damn, man, I can't wait for Friday. I'm amped up. Right. I'm more amped up for this than I am for like
opening day.
Nah, opening day is still opening day, but like I don't care that the Knicks are about to win 50 games and make the play. I don't care. Like I want to see Duke win the tournament, and then watch like baseball. Like,
Well, Duke probably has a better shot at making more noise than the Knicks can.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Because I've been hearing left and right from a lot of people, Knicks fans, not Knicks fans.
Yeah,
a lot of people ain't really messing with the Knicks right now.
we're soft, man. We're soft.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. But nah, I think if we're healthy, we got the best college team in the country. We just got to be healthy. Like if we're healthy, we're smoking whoever comes out. But I will tell you, St. John's got this city right now on his ear, bro. St. John's this, St. John's that. All right. Gonna see Red Storm Cats. We see y'all soon, bro.
All right.
You know what I mean? Anyway, we out of here, guys. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.